Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Ruffalo Reads. So thank you so much for being here today. I am going to be filming my August TBR for you, so all the books I want to get to in this month. I do have some that I've already started, so one that I'm reading physically usually takes me a little longer if I'm just reading it physically, so that one's going to be carrying over, and then some that I've started already because I think when this video goes up it'll be like the 6th or something, the 5th, like that. Anyways, without further rambling, here is all the romances that I want to get to in the month of August. So because my schedule is so hectic and stuff, with school's gonna be starting this month, my son's turning 7, obviously I work full-time and stuff and doing this, I'm not gonna like be committing or following like read-alongs and stuff like that. However, there is one that's going on that I'm very excited about, that I've had the book for a long time now, that I really want to prioritize, and that is Magnolia Parks. So Magnolia Parks, and I actually own the physical copy. I've owned it for, like I said, a while now, and I just haven't prioritized it or gotten into it yet. So I believe that there's a few things that I want to say with this one. So first of all, this never had an audiobook. While obviously I can read a physical book, right? Like totally, yes, love it. With kids and work, it's hard. Like when I'm home, I can't sit here and read this book while my kids are playing, being like, mommy, 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 or like watching a show and like trying to focus on, like I need to like be tuning it out a little bit with an audiobook or something. But there is times like in bed or something I could, but anyways, a bunch of rambling, but I haven't gotten to this and I'm going to this month. And actually Tori from Live a Novel Life is hosting, I believe she's hosting it on her channel, like the live show for reading this. They're doing a reread because like she's obviously read it. She was like obsessed. The end of this month. So I want to read it by then. And the audiobook, I think, comes out on the 8th. So like absolutely sign me up. I'm very excited. I have like the regular cover, which is so interesting. And I've heard it's very much like Gossip Girly vibes, which I've never watched Gossip Girl, but I get it, like the drama and stuff, the rich kids. So I'm excited. I'm like really excited actually. I can't wait to start it. All right, I'm going to pop a little bit over here now because I'm going to talk about pretty much the rest of them I don't own physically. So Hate by Tate James is one that I am roughly 60 by now-ish actually % of the way into. I downloaded this on Hoopla, and this is by Tate James. It's the first in a series. It's kind of a dark romance. This like, I don't even know how to describe it. This bratty, like rich girl is obsessed with these MMA fighters, and it's kind of, she has like interactions with all of them and lives with them. I don't know. It's kind of confusing, honestly, listening to it, and I'm not 100% loving it, so I don't know. But there's that one. And then I asked on my Instagram, which if you're not following me on Instagram, my handle is the same. It's Ruffalo Reads, but it's Ruffalo_Reads. And I asked on my Instagram a little while ago, is like, what book should I read? You know, I've read like a few from Penelope Douglas, but I want to read more. So everybody, well, majority of the people said Corrupt. So I've been reading Corrupt on my Kindle, and I am now like literally like I'll finish it hopefully today, which today is the 3rd. So I'm a little delayed in filming this. I know, I'm sorry, but I'm getting back into it, guys. So I should finish it today, honestly. I'm like 87% of the way or something, and I love it. I actually am not loving it as much as like Credence or Birthday Girl and things like that, but I'm still loving it a lot, and will definitely be continuing on in the series because it's a whole series. It's actually an old series. I'm sure most of you have read it, but it's really, really fun. All right, next up on my list, which, sorry, by the way, I think that you might be able to hear my dog. We have a golden retriever who's now like 6 months, I think. Yeah, he's like chewing on his bone. But the next one that I downloaded off Libby, which is another library app, is Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. I'm 17% of the way into this one, and again, not loving it, but this is like such a wild card. It's like a literary fiction about somebody who created a like video game. I've heard amazing things. Obviously, I think it won like the Goodreads Choice Award or something like that. So obviously I think it's well crafted and written. I just haven't gotten enough into it to say fully anything much about it, but I will obviously include it and talk about it in my wrap up hopefully a little more eloquently than I am here. But yeah, I do like to break it up sometimes, like not just read romances and things like that. I think you guys know this about me by now. And I know a lot of YouTubers kind of stick to their certain genres, especially on YouTube, but I just want to be like reading what I'm reading and just talking about what I'm reading. So that's what I'm doing. Next up is Powerless by Elsie Silver, which is the third book in the Chestnut Springs series, which I've read, obviously, Flawless and Heartless. I still haven't gotten to Powerless yet. So that is on my TBR. I actually do own Flawless and Heartless, but not Powerless. So that is why it's here. But yes, this is a small town romance series written by a Canadian author, Canadian setting, and cowboys, and it's super fun so far, so I can't wait. And then, okay, I've been seeing this author everywhere, like for a while now, all over Instagram and stuff like that. Autumn from Autumn Rose Knows in a Book over here on YouTube, and Caitlin from the Love Librarian, just bunch of different people have been talking about Hannah Bonham Young. And so I was like, okay, I want to give Hannah Bonham Young, such a long name, a try. And I was looking on, I can't remember if I was looking on Hoopla or what I was looking on, but whatever. Anyways, I read the description for, and I think she has one that's like coming out, I might be making that up, never mind. But anyways, I read the description for Next of Kin, and it just sounded like so unique and so different, and I really was intrigued. So that is the one that I'm choosing from her that I want to read. Let me know if you've read Hannah Bonham Young, what your favorite one is, if you liked Next of Kin, if you read it. And yeah, I can't wait to dive in. Obviously don't give any spoilers or anything because I haven't even picked it up yet, but yeah, I really hope to get to that one and kind of get a Hannah Bonham Young under my belt, if you will. So, and then, okay, I went on this kind of, I'll say binge, but this really fast binge of Katerina Mora books, because she had, I can't remember the name of the series, but it was like Until You and then Dr. Grant, and I flew through those, both of them, in like 2-3 days. So I think next up in that series is Professor Aster, so I desperately want to read Professor Aster. It's not on Hoopla though, so I have to find it. It's probably on Audible. I'll probably have to buy it, which is fine. But yeah, and I'm really intrigued to read Bittersweet Memories by her, but it's like the fourth, I think, in a series, and not this series, it's her other series. So I just want to read all the Katerina Mora books now though. I'm like obsessed, and they're not too long. Like I'm sick of these long books, and these like 8-hour audiobooks I can fly through because I listen double speed. That's 4 hours. It's like nothing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's 7 books. I mean, I could obviously put maybe 1 or 2 more on there, but I just don't want to overwhelm myself, and I want to try to keep up with my TBRs as best I can. And I just can't really think of like anything else right now that's screaming at me to read this month, but obviously I'm sure there will be. And like I said, those other Katerina Mora books, obviously. All right guys, so those are all the books that I hope to read this month. I also am hoping to do at least 1 to 2 videos a week this month. That's like a personal goal that I'm setting for myself. I'd like to do a vlog. That's a personal goal, but it's like a really big one because I don't know, me and vlogs, it's like not a disconnect, but it's like this weird thing in my brain of where like, how do I don't know, piece this together, I guess. Like, when do I film? When do I not? I don't know. Anyways, that's besides the point. I just wanted to pop in and talk a little bit about like certain goals that I have. So I am going to definitely be more active here. I've been posting on Instagram and I want to keep that up. So check out my Instagram if you haven't yet. It's Ruffalo_reads. And thank you so much for watching. Let me know if any of these are on your TBR, if you've read any of these. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.